2, 1.
AM in the PM only on A2D Radio. Tom and Brett, these guys are fucking awesome.
This is AM in the PM, only on A2D Radio, and we got a ton to talk about tonight. Listen, listen. This is disgusting. This is disgusting again. 7 straight losses on the road for our 76ers. All right, nobody steps up in terms of money, guys, when you're missing your 2 stars, and there's a pathetic performance. And we're going to get into all that later on in the show. Well, right on in the show after we go through our rundown and who we are. Tom Arnone, Greg Mwakovic, Ralphie D on the 1s and 2s. Ryan Brodo getting ready for vacation time, so not joining us tonight. But the family out there is, well, Philly spring training, second half of the show. Sixers West Coast trip. We'll discuss it. Doesn't look good right now. Ben Simmons injury. We'll dissect that and how long we think he'll be out for. Sixers versus Cavs postgame. We'll talk about what we just had to go through and what we just watched. We watched 21 points from $300 million. 21 points combined from $300 million. You know who those guys are, right? So if I'm going to start pointing fingers tonight, I'm going to stop pointing fingers for a second at my 2 stars for a minute. I'm just going to stop and look at the rest of this roster. And that's what I'm going to dissect tonight, because I don't care who's missing when you're playing this basketball team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. You're talking about a team that's 2 guards under 6'2". 2 guards under 6'2". And you shot 37 threes tonight. I would say, Brett, your job's on the line tonight. Like, your job was already on the line. You just pack your stuff up. And they're not going to do that. Bad organization do that. You're going to let it play out. He'll get fired at the end of the year if they don't make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, which doesn't look like that's happening right this second. Okay? And you know my stance on that and how I feel about that. But when guys are out like this, and now you see other guys not able to step up in Cleveland, and freaking Cleveland, you got guys that can't step up. $300 million, 21 combined points. I'm shooting 37 threes when I got 6'1" guards guarding me. Take the ball to the basket. Be aggressive. You got to be the aggressor on the road. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. We'll talk about it all in a second. Let me read off the poll question to our family out there. Ben Simmons will miss the remainder of this season. Now, Greg, when you put that together, was this season or postseason combined?
The regular season.
The regular season.
Regular season.
So Ben Simmons will miss the rest of the regular season. Do you agree or disagree with that, family? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. We'll read off all your questions, comments. Obviously, tons of concerns tonight. And if there's anybody out there that still believes, because I'm having trouble. I'm having trouble now, and I was a big believer. Please talk me off the ledge I'm walking off of in a second here. Talk me over that ledge. And listen, if you don't catch us live and you're into the podcast game, you can find us everywhere. iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iTunes, and we're brought to you by our doc. Make him yours. That's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Greg, we'll talk about the game in a second. Obviously, we're going to have a ton of family joining us tonight. So, to the poll question, do you believe Ben will miss the rest of the regular season? And do you double down on that? And do you believe he misses the postseason?
And it's funny, when we created the poll question, I obviously wasn't expecting the performance of tonight and Joel also getting hurt tonight factoring into that. I agree with the poll. I think he misses the regular season, and then, as you said, to double down it, I don't know if he plays again this year. And obviously, I think if he does, we would have to go on a long run. I would be very hesitant with a 23-year-old cornerstone player that we think he is and a back injury. You know what I mean? It was almost like it was almost like Joel early with the legs. Like, we know we're going to need them. You know you're going to need his back. Joel, we knew we were going to need his legs. His shoulder, we didn't realize was going to be that important. But I agree to both sides of that. I think you play it slow. unfortunately, this team is not the title contender we thought they were.
Well, not with them two out.
Especially now, not with them two out.
But then you see other glaring weaknesses. You see your three other guys tonight. Tobias, Al, Josh Richardson.
Right.
That's not good enough tonight.
Correct.
Not good enough tonight.
Well, not good enough to beat a 17-win team.
And I'm tired of hearing, Al Horford's out of position with Joe in the
Tonight
court.
he could have done whatever he wanted.
Tonight you had the whole court out. Had the whole court out.
For 3 quarters.
All right? It's like Allen, when we always joke about, like, Allen Brand signed himself.
Yeah.
Well, he signed himself, but it's worse than himself. I mean, that's just what it's become when you're watching Al Horford right now on the basketball court. It's a shell of himself. It's tough to watch. And Tobias, I know dealing with probably the knee a little bit, but still, I mean, this is a night where I need you to take over. Me and Ralphie talking when we're watching the game, like, is Tobias playing? Can I get a takeover where he goes off for 30 tonight?
Yeah.
Like, that's the kind of performance I need from these guys. So now you talk about outside of Joel and Ben, I don't know if the rest of this roster is good enough to win. You know what I mean? I know great players make guys around them better, but you need more from these guys tonight.
Yes. There's no question.
That's all, and it's glaring.
And you're absolutely right. You would think of all the issues that we've had spacing-wise, the two problems of that spacing were nowhere on the floor tonight.
Yep, and guys still can't.
And you still had issues shooting the ball.
Again on the road.
You had personnel issues, right? You were down 12, 13, 14 late, and your best three-point shooter, and at one point in the game, your team's leading scorer is on the bench in Corky. Now, this isn't crowning Corky, but when you know he can put the ball in the basket at times.
It's not even that. It's not even who was on the bench. It doesn't matter who was out there. He was 4 for 12. It's not.
No. I'm not.
It's not like he was stroking it.
No, you're absolutely right.
He wasn't stroke city here.
No.
So I'm not worrying about him being on the bench. I'm not even going to talk about them guys. I'm not going to talk about Shake Milton play well tonight. Great. All right, we got our doors blown off essentially. I don't even want to talk about it. I got to talk about my 2 or 3 other big time players that I need to be just non-existent tonight.
Right.
I mean, at least Richardson's existent defensively, but again, when you have 6'1" guards you're going up against, I need my guards to get to the bucket all day. All day, get to the bucket. Terrible performance by them 3. Terrible. And especially the other 2, Al and Tobias. I can't harp on it enough how disgusted I am to watch that tonight from this basketball team. Now, Ben Simmons will miss the rest of the regular season. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. We'll read off everything, fam, tonight. I'm going to say I want to disagree with you. So for the sake of argument, I'll say I disagree. I'd say in 2 weeks they're going to try to have him back on the basketball court. I know the injury, but I also know you're talking about a 23-year-old kid. So you can sort of pain tolerance a little bit better than some older people.
Right.
But I think it's something obviously will get taken care of after the season, and then it determines how long is this rest period.
Out,
But because you want to get it right. Obviously, you don't want that something to linger the rest of his career. Modern medicine, 2020, good time to have a back injury. I guess they can fix it a lot better. But so I think he'll be back. I mean, maybe not 2, maybe it's 3 weeks. Okay, but I think he's back right before the end of the regular season. Maybe even if it's a 4-game stretch.
Let's get about a weekend before
just
the
to get
postseason.
his feet wet. So I'll go against you on that. I don't think he's going to miss the postseason. I understand the injury.
Yep.
Not like I'm a doctor, understand it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get the significance of the injury. But I think when you're talking about a younger guy with the right treatments, I think they could get him ready to go. And so I think they're going to try to do that. And maybe even if it's 2 games at the end of the year, just to get your feet wet in limited time, just to get them ready for the postseason. But now the bigger question mark becomes, we did this poll question last night, becomes, how long are they out with Joel Embiid? Does he come back and play tomorrow night at home with this injury?
Right.
Is it something that feels better tomorrow? So there's so many question marks, but I don't want the question marks outside of injury being about them 2 anymore. Okay, I'm tired of that. We win games with them 2. We would have won this game tonight with 1 of the 2. I don't care. I don't care how it looked in the first quarter. We were going to end up winning this game. That 28 to 30 points from Joel tonight would have looked a lot better with him, right?
Well, and then you also factor in that
18 to 20 from Ben tonight. You essentially you beat him up.
Brett said they had 52 points in the paint. So even if you had 20 from Joe, but you take 15 to 20 away from your paint scoring because of what he does in the defensive end.
Both of them.
It's, it's significant. But you're right. When you have $300 million tied up to 2 guys, and I worked it out, Tobias made 36,000 per point, and Al made 33,000 per point.
Wow, just stealing money.
Yeah.
I wish it was that easy.
I know.
I might be able to go score 10 in a game with a couple open looks. Just get lucky.
It's unreal.
Just get lucky. You know, I'm getting lucky on the road. I'm tired. It's like I'm saying, Joel, Ben, I understand the injuries. I understand everybody pissed off at Joe. You can't control this stuff, man. He's got hit. It's probably a stinger. All right, it's not a big deal. It's just they're not gonna put him back out there tonight. And if we can't go beat Cleveland, then we
got bigger issues.
Then we got bigger issues. So
them too.
Now you got to bounce back tomorrow, and you better not lose to the Knicks at home. I mean, that's a huge bounce back game. You can't lose these games.
No,
you can't lose these games when you're about to go out west.
And this was a game that you thought was a gimme on the road.
Well, I mean, I did a video on it.
Everyone thought it was a gimme. It should have been, even without Ben.
No, it should have been. This is 2 videos in a row. I'll be with Crumb in a Day tomorrow. I'm with my own Crumb in a Day. Just revealing that early on because it's 2 videos I've done talking about big games, and one Ben gets hurt, and now Joe gets banged up. I'm done. I'm done with the big games. I'm done with the big games. There's still Crumb videos will still come to you, but it won't be about big games because I'm going to crumb myself tomorrow. There's no excuses. Todd Michael Schnitzner says, no excuses. The Cavs are trash. Facts, brother.
Yeah.
You know, you're preaching it to us. Anthony Adis, it seems to me the Sixers gave up and are getting ready for their offseason already. I ain't go there. They just can't play on the road. I mean, this is just putrid on the road. This is 7 straight losses outside of the Wells Fargo Center. That's not good enough. That's not a playoff team, even though they're going to make it. You know, that's not a team they expect to go deep.
And they're 9-21 overall. So you were 2 in, I don't even know how much. No, you were I'm sorry, 7 straight. I'm sorry. They were 9-14 though at one point.
Yeah,
so now they're 9-21.
Yeah, Quentin Bass chiming in. What's up, brother? He says shit is crazy. 9-23 on the road. We ain't beating the LA teams. I don't know how anybody can disagree with that.
I don't think we'll beat the Warriors.
I don't know who we're beating. Steph will be back by then. He'll probably put up 50. Like I can't. I just can't. We already talked about it. This team isn't built, and we all knew it. This isn't brain surgery here. We all knew this team is not built to lose guys, no matter who it is. Right? It was built around like 5 starters, maybe 6 guys. Right? So without 1, 2, especially your stars, now you're big time depleted. This team ain't good enough to go out and beat LA teams. No. You know, now if Joe's playing, maybe
you could steal one.
Maybe you can steal one, but with this supporting cast, with no aggressiveness.
Yeah. And then you factor in, we already stink on the road anyway. You know what I mean? Like, we beat all those teams. We beat them at home, though. There's no shot those first 2 games against the Clippers and Lakers. I'm giving us any shot, even with Joel.
Wow, Al taking shots at the coach tonight, looks like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ryan chimes in. Al Horford on losing Joel Embiid. I think it had a big impact. Well, do you, Al?
You think?
He said once he was out, I felt like we didn't really know what was next for our group. And then, a.k.a. coaching. Could be. It's disgusting. And listen, I'm a big believer. I've talked about it. You've talked about it. I stuck up for Brett at times. I said it was Eastern Conference Finals or bust. I would have fired him tonight. I would have canned him. 37 threes on the road when you already don't shoot well on the road against 6'1" guards. I can't say that enough tonight. That's going to be the common theme. 2 under 6'2" guards. That's unacceptable on the road. On the road, anytime you're on the road, you're a dog in a way. Favored or not, especially the way you've been playing. So you're favored or not, you're a dog always on the road. So I got to automatically take the fight to you then. I take the fight to you. So I'm trying to get to the bucket. I'm trying to create contact. I'm trying to do them things.
Absolutely.
Not the other way around, and that's what I watched tonight. I watched a bunch of guys who can't shoot threes settle for threes.
Try and jack threes.
So, I fire them on the spot. And I said to everybody, now, players play, Eastern Conference Finals or bust. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care because I'm tired of watching that. And I know they don't shoot a lot of threes overall, like NBA.
Generally,
like league rank-wise. Mm-hmm. But I watched the team tonight shoot 37 threes when you stink on the road shooting the basketball. And get to the bucket.
And it's so different, too, because when you have an inside threat like Joel at times, it's so much easier for the flow of the game to go inside out. Those threes become so much more, in rhythm. It's so much easier from a shooter standpoint because – defenders are moving. They're not right on you. With this team today, it was 5 or 4 out. and there was no one inside.
Nobody.
And again, I keep going back to it. If one guy shoots, there's got to be someone going for the rebound. There's got to be at least one guy. And when you play 4 or 5 out with this team, there's nobody crashing the board.
No. Especially when you don't have your big fella. Ralphie, find me out what was the scoring in the third quarter. Both teams scored in the third quarter. So Anthony Davis, AI needs to get unretired and start playing again with Barkley.
I'm in. I'm in at this point.
I'm in.
And AI was terrible when he finally left.
It was disgusting. Quentin Bass says, Boston might have sent Al here to sabotage us. I can't disagree.
All bets are on that one.
DeMarco Murray, I've been saying it forever. It's DeMarco Murray 2.0.
I was talking about today at work with a guy. Like, at this point of the year, we paid him $109 million guaranteed just so Joel didn't have to face him.
Yep. That's skirt talk.
Like, you know that's all it ended up being.
I'm wearing a skirt.
The way it turned out right now, we're scared of Al, so we're going to give him money just so he's our problem instead of the problem we have to deal with.
Sometimes scared money's bad money, and this time it is. You know, I always say, you know, don't be scared without spending money.
Yeah.
Scared money don't make money. This is the opposite. What was the third quarter?
You guys actually won that quarter.
Yep,
you guys scored 24 points to their 22.
Yep, but that's fine. But still, the adjustments right out of half were bad. It's just everything. I'm tired of sticking up for him. I'm tired of giving him the pass. And it's a combo. It's not just him. It's Alan Tobias could go tomorrow. Like, I'm done with the act. Tobias can't. Like, I saw Tobias. He needs to drop me 25 a night.
He should be.
Especially when he's a supporting cast guy.
Yeah.
And then even more so when you're thrown you get a chance tonight and you're all by yourself essentially. Just go score a bunch, bro. Just go hit a couple threes. You can't hit a couple threes?
It's unreal. It's unreal the lack of, something from those two. Lack of anything from them two in this game. Like, you guys are the vets on this team. Whether Joe and Ben are there or not, you're the vets.
Yeah, you're signed to be the
vets. You guys are there. You're signed that money because you're the vets, and yet you still, in a game, essentially the biggest game of the year, because you cannot keep losing these gimme games on the road.
No.
Not when you know this road trip's coming up with the Lakers, with the Clippers, and the Kings. Kings play is tough regardless of where they are.
Yep.
And I'm not even I'm discounting the Warriors just because with Joe we should beat them, but not anymore because we don't have vets that are truly vets.
No, listen, you're right, because they never step up. They never step up in big moments for us at all. I don't remember Tobias stepping up and hitting big shots for us. He disappears in big moments.
Yeah, I mean,
right. And I'm not here to ruin these guys and smoke these guys, but I am. All right. Al Horford always was a big shot guy. Mm-hmm. All right. Now you can't hit a shot for your life. You act like it looks like you never played basketball before. How can anybody? I can't stick up for it anymore. I can't stick up for this basketball team. Yeah. Without Joe and Ben, there's no stick up for me. You understand? They're my two guys, and I'll go to war with them. I'll go to any war, any place you want to play, and I'll go to war with them too because I believe in them too. So I don't run from shit. So I still believe in them too. Outside of them, I don't believe in nothing on this roster, and I don't believe in this coach anymore. And everybody out there that said, Tom, you baby this, am I babying now? I'm calling for the guy's job now. Now, not tomorrow, not the next day. Walk home from Cleveland. You allowed 37 threes. You allowed 37 threes on the road against the Cavaliers. Get to the goddamn basket. You outsize everybody on the court, regardless of them two aren't in.
And even though you have Kevin Love, Tristan Thompson, Larry Nance Jr. None of those
Larry
guys,
Nance Jr. look like Moses Malone tonight. Yeah. They look like Moses Malone.
But none of those guys are rim protectors, right? None of those guys are like, oh my God, I can't go in. It's whoever it is, right?
Yeah,
Dikembe. It's Dikembe. I can't go in. He's going to swat me. It's Tristan Thompson. Stop it. But you know what they're starting to do, this team? They're starting to make you hate them as a team, right? There's certain moments in the game where you're just like, I can't root for them. Like there's no enjoyment at times watching these guys play because of how putrid they are on the road, and because of, as you already just said, everything's starting to factor into how bad this team is at times. Yep. And there's other times where they blow the Lakers and Clippers out, and you're like, we're going everywhere.
We're streaking down broad, but the inconsistency comes from listen. It points to one person. Mm-hmm. And anybody out there, you want to fight me on this? When I was a big-time Brett supporter, I'm done supporting it, okay? Because the inconsistency goes to one person. It always falls on the coach. So this much inconsistency is going to fall right on him. And I'm pointing right to him because you've been here long enough.
I'll go a step higher, too.
Oh, Elton Brand's right with him, too.
Yep.
I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this act.
Just from the construction standpoint, right? You're absolutely correct.
Dribble handoffs till my head falls off. I mean, not go. Can we stop the dribble handoffs, threes? We got 5 guys standing around the perimeter. 5 guys standing around the perimeter. So somebody then takes somebody off the dribble. Nobody can take anybody off the dribble. I've never seen anything like it. The whole NBA is taking everybody off the dribble. Do we have anybody can take out a guy off the dribble? Got fouled. Go into the hole.
Imagine that.
I understand the game. I'm not telling you don't shoot 23s. I'm not telling you that.
Yep.
The game dictates you doing that. I understand it. But does the game never said, hey, don't get to the basket? This game's not built to just sit around and shoot threes.
You know,
you have to get to the basket at times.
You know what Milwaukee does with their second unit, mostly led by DiVincenzo, is they just play 5 out, dribble, pick and roll, cut to the basket. It's basketball. It's basketball, and they run teams out with the second unit. That's how they allow, their first unit, Giannis and all that, to get some rest because this second team plays basketball.
Yeah, the guy plays like 28 minutes a night.
Yeah.
28 minutes a night, he's like practically playing or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can't do that because nobody else can play.
No one can play
and that stems, Todd, I would love to read it off all of it. It's too much for me to read off. But it starts with Elton Brand. That's what he's talking about.
Yep.
It's Elton Brand. Elton Brand should get fired tonight too. Don't you come home. Because what did you go sign? What did you bring me? Just let Tobias go then if he's not the guy. Just don't sign Al if he's not the guy. Just say, okay, we're gonna draft well, and we're gonna build around blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And do it that way then, or spend it on different guys that actually are impact guys. Because Tobias may be impactful sometimes. I'm not gonna totally hammer his impact.
Yeah.
But Al, nothing. Like Al Horford was a bad signing. It's a dumb signing. We liked it, but at this point of his career, to give him that kind of length on a deal is scared. That's scared of somebody. You're scared of the Boston Celtics. That's what you said with that deal.
Yeah.
I'm scared of you, so I got to take him away from you. Well, listen, skirt talk ain't going to win you a damn shit. Being scared of somebody, Alton. You played this game long enough. You're going to be scared of the Celtics? Danny Ainge owns us again. Again.
Rob Brinkman's firing over here on the YouTube. Nothing that we haven't already said, but he does drop a classic. He said, classic strategy, crumb yourself before somebody else can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can't crumb a crumb. You can't crumb a crumb. You know what I mean? You can't crumb me. I'm uncrumbable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, there's no crumb available. You can't hit me with it. Tyler Coughlin, what's up, brother? Embiid getting an MRI tomorrow. James Wilder, Horford stinks.
By the way, those shoulder
Facts.
MRIs suck. I couldn't imagine for a 7-footer.
Yeah, Ryan's saying the same thing. Best Sixers team in a very long time, coaching. James Lynn, it's the whole team. What a mess.
Yeah.
You're right. Quentin Bass, we are one of the worst constructed teams in the league. It's facts. I watch so many NBA games. Guys hit threes. Guys come off the bench, can make plays. There's no playmakers.
Nope.
I mean, we like Alec Burks and Glenn Robinson, but come on,
and we're blowing Furky most nights too.
And there's guys over the league.
I love Corky, but there's no reason we should be clamoring for a Korkmaz to get 15 points a night because we need it that bad.
Good teams are constructed 8 deep. You got to be at least 8 deep of guys, maybe even 9.
Yep.
Of real good or good NBA players.
Again, this goes back to me. It goes back to the Ed Stefanski years, the Billy King years.
Back here.
This goes back to where you're so rosters, so top heavy, and so tied in to so much money at the top that your bottom is nothing. And you, not only that, you now no longer, because of Colangelo, thank you, have no assets to get rid of.
Nothing.
This is your team for the next 5 years.
This is what you asked for.
This is it.
Yeah, if you build it, they will come.
So we're obviously seeing that Brett's
fired.
not the guy, right? We're obviously seeing that more and more every day, that Brett's not the guy. So this next guy that you bring in, you better know that they can work with these 4 because they're not going anywhere.
They better be the guy.
Yep.
You can't miss on that one.
You can't miss this one.
You can't miss on that one. And I'm not saying Brett's a miss. Brett got us to a certain point, and now if you have a pair of eyes that work, you can see a lot of this blame's got to go to him. The same offense, no adjustments. Come on.
That's what Rob said. He goes, classic Brett, no adjustments after the halftime.
No, and they did win that quarter.
Yeah.
So I'll give them that. But I'm not giving them nothing else in that game.
No.
Their quarter, they played tough. They act like they wanted to play, but Still, you only outscored them by 2.
Right. It's
so
not
grow
like,
up.
not you dominated
Yeah,
that.
it's the Cavs. It's the Cavs stroking everything, too. They're stroking everything. It's unbelievable.
Colin Sexton's got a rat tail coming out of the middle of his head. Not even like the bottom of it. It's coming out of the middle of his head. And we got burnt by him.
James Lynn not happy. This is what we waited through the process for. Well, listen, it could be worse. Because we could have Andrew Wiggins and no Joe. You know what I mean? Like things could be worse.
I was talking about this with friends tonight. I'm more pissed now than I was through any of the process because I didn't expect nothing.
No, we knew.
We
told
knew.
Us.
It was
told
like
us, Greg.
I was laughing at that because I knew what this should be.
Yep, this is like a process team tonight. But you know what I mean? The way Tobias and Al played, it looked like processors. Chrome, big Stan Van Gundy guy. He's really Van Gundy, and I think it's the third time in the chat with the Van Gundy.
He just likes the double last name. I don't know. Is that what it is, Chrome? Or you like the SVG? See, I think Jay Wright is one of the best coaches in the nation in the NBA. And either go retread, right? Stan Van Gundy, Mark Jackson.
I like Jason Kidd a lot, too.
Jason Kidd. Or you go another new one, whether it's Jay Wright, Becky Hammond. You know what I mean?
Stop, Greg, please. Now you're going another Spurs. Stop. Would you stop, Becky Hammond? I mean, I just want to tell you to go inside, go to bed now.
Okay.
Becky Hammond to me right now.
Is that all it took? I would have said that right away.
You're Becky Hammond to me right now. I mean, I'm trying to win a goddamn championship, and you're going to go first.
She'll get up in someone's ass, though.
So you're going to go first female head coach in NBA history is getting us to the chip. That's what you're coming to. That's what this coming to.
And bring me Doris Burke as GM.
I waited through.
Give me
Oh, my God. I got to throw you out of here. I got to throw him out of here, Ralphie. This can't happen tonight. Quentin Bass, give me Mark Jackson. I think that's the guy. Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd do it for me. I want players. I want former players. Former players can get more respect. Get more respect. We need locker room respect. It starts with locker room respect. It starts with accountability. I feel like former players can get that accountability, right? Jason Kidd doing that. Me, a damn good coach. Okay, Mark Jackson was a damn good coach. All right, he sort of got the bad end of the stick in a way. So let's see if he can come light some fire under these kids. Let's see if he can be the guy to help grow these kids. Or maybe there's another name that we just don't know of yet that's even better than all of them, and you got to go get your guy. That's what it's going to come to at the end of this year. Because unlike what I would do, they're not going to do that tonight. But both jobs are really on the line. Big time on the line.
And the key thing is you have to know you're doing it because the likes of Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd, Stan Van Gundy, even Jeff Van Gundy, right? They're not going to be around.
Barkley?
I'm in.
Power Coughlin, Charles Barkley?
They're terrible.
I would love it. I would love it because he bring great staff.
Yeah.
Bring Shaq, too. You want to get up on Joe? You really want to get up on Joe? Bring them both in. Give them money they can't refuse. You bring them both in. Co-coaches. Co-coaches. First team in NBA history. Co-coaches to win a championship.
The way the NBA is, you're either retread or you're new, right? And I think the Sixers are past that new side.
Jason. Give me cap for at this point. No.
There's
Mike Parker says floor generals when you talk about Kidd and
that didn't get respect. There's a former player that didn't get respect in the locker room. Kapler.
Oh, Kapler. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did Spidey say?
Floor generals when you talk about Kidd and you talk about Mark Jackson. So, that helps your guard position.
You made the parallel a couple weeks ago about Jason Kidd, too. Like, Jason Kidd working with is that Trey Jones?
I don't care who it is. Everybody in the league gets buckets besides.
But Jason Kidd coming in the league without a jump shot, right? So the parallel of him working with Ben and hey,
development of it.
I just need you to shoot it, right? Even Jason knew that coming in. I'm terrible, but I know I need to shoot it. And you mentioned that a couple weeks ago, and I think that's a big part of it too. And then
accountability.
You're right. The generalship. Knowing how to run a team. It's like a catcher, right? Girardi, right?
Yeah, I think they fit well.
Sosha.
But I mean, I'm not against Jay Wright. Obviously, if you can pull that off. And there's other names I'm not against, but I would start with them two guys. Like I like Mark Jackson, Jason Kidd a lot. Former floor generals. They get the game. They know the game. They're around the game in different aspects, but big time around the game. And I think guys, they're connected to the new game as well.
Yeah.
And I think they could do a lot to hold guys accountable. That's what it's going to come to here. It's going to be holding guys accountable. Who's the leader of this basketball team? Who wants to be the leader of this basketball team, right? And when guys goes out, who's going to step up, all right, and fill roles and and get the job done against a G League team on the damn road. I'm telling you, one of the worst performances I've watched from a Sixers team since the process. That's how bad the night was for me. That's how upsetting it was because of the 6 straight losses on the road, needing to get over that hump, needing to come fight tonight, and just didn't bring that effort again tonight.
Yeah.
So I'm done with everybody on this basketball team outside of Joe and Ben. I don't care about nobody else. Without them two, this team ain't winning shit. They might lose all 4 road games that them two aren't playing. So
there's no question about it. You are.
They might be able to go beat the Knicks tomorrow night. They better be able to beat the Knicks tomorrow night.
Can you imagine that building if they're down at some point?
Oh, they might be down.
Can you imagine that building?
Oh, I can imagine the building.
They might be, tar and pillaging people up there.
Yeah, you want to. You're not going to get this tomorrow if they're losing, because the boos are going to be flying.
Yeah, Al better shush us by his play tomorrow.
Nick, I don't know. Nick asks, I'm not good at your last name, brother. Brett Brown's got to go, though. He says, defended him for a long-ass time, but I'm done with him being buddies with this team. Yup. And I'm right there, and I have not said it. I never did this. I said Eastern Conference Finals. If not,
we talked
he's
at
gone.
the trade deadline. That was the poll. The trade deadline was, do we fire Brett? And, once the moves happened, obviously you knew it wasn't happening because you're like, all right, they made some low-level deals, which we all liked and agreed that they were good deals, but you weren't going to trade. You weren't going to make a trade and then fire the coach.
Yeah, no.
It was going to be one or the other, so we know it. Yeah, but I mean, you up until 2 weeks ago at the trade deadline, you had his back.
Yeah, I had his back, and I'm done. I'm done having his back. It's the same nonsense. Zero killer instinct on the road. That starts with my coach. That starts with the guy who runs the whole ship. You talk about the Eagles, and people want to get critical of Doug Peterson. His team's coming fight. So at the end of the day, I'll take a coach that can get guys to go fight for him and fight for each other. This team doesn't have any of that without their 2 stars in the lineup. Their 2 stars come to fight. They're going to win. They win games. Without them two, this team wouldn't even be a playoff team.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even be a playoff team. So tomorrow night's the biggest game of the year, especially if there's no Joel Embiid. You can't lose that game when you're about to go on the road because you know what I mean? You can't because you could be a 6 seed real quick.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm done with Brett. He said, "What's up, boys? What's up, Willie?"
What up, Willie?
Brett's soft as hell. This team walks all over him, Quentin Bass says. Yup, you're right, brother. You're right. Maybe we should be the coach because I'll get up in. I mean, I feel like some of the media members they get up more in than the coach has. Like, how about you start holding guys accountable by saying stuff? Like, you can say stuff. You're allowed to. Like, when it comes to a point where you're not happy, and you cannot. Nobody can be happy as a pulse with the way you played on the road. I would be throwing everything around in that locker room.
Yeah.
Everything around. This is how we come play here?
You talk about guys getting guys to play. That team in Atlanta scraps pretty hard most nights.
The Lloyd Pierce's squad.
And that's an ex-Sixer.
Well, they took a step back this year in a way.
No, they did, but they at least scrap, right? They at least play hard.
Yeah, they play hard.
But you give him any talent the way he's doing it with Atlanta. I mean, they beat us every time they play us.
Yeah, what, do you want to come back? take Brett's job? That'd be funny.
Well, you almost wonder if he was still here, knowing what you had in him, do you make a move?
Well, no. But Will says 3 huge issues we have. One, Horford doesn't fit at all. Well, he fit tonight, Will. So he had nobody else.
Issue. There was no reason not to fit.
There was no reason not to fit tonight, but I hear you overall. I just don't think he's any good anymore. I think it's came down he's not good anymore. And part coaching. It's a combo. Not good anymore, part coaching. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. That's how I look at that and how that goes. And he said Tobias is not a max player. So, of course we get static on the show. So we're going to restart the stream, fam. Stay with us. Well, we're still live everywhere else. So, I'm not going to it's not going to stand up for this anymore. I'm just really not. The time has come.
It's
to move on.
It's truly amazing that you can be bamboozled in the same offseason by 2 guys.
Now Brink hit me. Wants to hit me now. You see him? Your boy Scottie Pippen stink tonight.
Scotty J. Rich.
I thought he played okay defense. I wasn't really concerned with his D.
Yeah.
But offensively, he wasn't good enough. I mean, he was 4 for 10.
Right.
I mean, that's not good enough. Ryan Ferrer says, Tom, you would be my assistant coach. I guess he wants the job. I guess Ryan wants the job.
Right, how's your dad doing? Feeling any better?
Ryan says, bring in Patrick Ewing as the next coach. He's rebuilt a program at Georgetown with a very little talent. He wouldn't put up any of this nonsense. No, Ewing's a great name too. Pat's a great name. Basketball guy through and through. You know what I mean? Suck around, coach.
He's been around.
Yeah, been around. Was a big man coach back when Yao was playing.
Scares
in
me
Houston.
a little bit that he's a little bit of that Ryan Sandberg mold, right? Guy that's been around as an assistant coach, but everybody else passed up on him for a reason.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying I would hate it. I'd be on board with Pat. But again, it comes back to it's either a retread, right? It's either a retread of a coach that is out there or we're going new. You know what I mean? That's just what the NBA is. So it's what coaching is right now.
I just don't know what direction they go. You know, I don't know if they, I don't know if they decide, we're going to go for a vet. We're going to bring in a veteran coach here, and that's going to be our guy, or I don't know. Like, you don't know who's out there really. There's names, I guess, floating
like
around
Jason
for
Kidd, he's going to be gone. He's going to be tied up until March or late June, in theory.
You would
right?
think.
In theory, he's going to be tied up till late. So it's like, are you going to sit there and attempt and pass up on Mark Jackson, on Sam Van Gundy, on Jeff Van Gundy, whatever, just to have a shot at Jason Kidd that might never even come available?
And
then you're sitting there holding your –
yeah, but then these guys
holding yourself.
But these guys in the booth, do they even want this job?
Well, that's the other side of it too.
There's Mark Jackson wants the job. There's there's the Crohn's point. There's Stan Van Gundy wants the job.
Yep.
So that's
they're all doing cushy. Broadcasting work.
That's it. They just got to talk about the game. They don't get all the scrutiny and everything that goes with it.
Yep.
Unless they say something stupid. Brinkman says Thibault nice 4 points tonight. What the fuck? Well, listen. I mean, I can't even blame like a rookie tonight. I can't go and blame game of a rookie. I get you, but I can't. We could blame game in that. I don't expect much from him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. He wasn't good tonight, but you're right. Who was good tonight? And yeah, I'm not going to hammer a rookie.
Listen, I don't want Jeff Van Gundy, Ryan Fair. I just don't. I'm not. I'm good. I'm good there. I really am. He's coached enough. He's had enough. He's had a chance.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go back to that retread, like in that direction.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ryan Brodo, unfortunately, the kids probably won't respect a random young coaching assistant. Bring in Ewing. They might not. He says it has to be a bigger name, someone who can command the locker room. Well, that's why a former player like Mark Jackson's a big name.
Yep.
Jason Kidd's a big name. So they're big name floor generals. They'll get command. That won't be a problem. They'll get the respect automatically. Any former player will get the respect automatically.
No, you're right.
So that's coach too.
Is Tom Thibodeau available?
No, I don't want that, dude.
He'd
be playing Ben 48 minutes tonight. I mean, really, you want to talk about Ben will be dead by the time the playoffs start the next time.
I know.
That can't happen.
I was just joking because it was the anti-Jimmy pick. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't pick Jimmy, Jimmy didn't pick us. And then it's like, all right, let's just go bring Thibodeau in because we know Jimmy hated him too.
Rob Brinkman doesn't like the Ewing. He said, "LOL, Ewing is an average college coach." So
yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah, I'm not. Rye's like big on Ewing. Like he's capitalizing, bringing Ewing. Like I think he's a little overboard. Today
Yeah.
I think he's a little overboard. All right, I think you're already on vacation. I like Pat, but that's not the first guy I'm running to.
He's already in vacay mode.
Yeah, like I'm not running to Pat.
Sipping cocktails, pinky out with Pat Ewing.
Yeah, I'm not running to Patrick Ewing. So back to our poll. Talking about Ben Simmons and his length of time out. Greg said he'll be out for the rest of the regular season and maybe even the postseason.
Yep.
When I think he'll come back with like a week left in the season. I think the treatments for a 23-year-old can work and get him ready to play enough. And then I think after the year, however that ends, you get if you need to get a surgery or get cleaned up, they handle that.
For him personally, though,
I don't know what you can do for it.
It's got to suck because it's an Olympic year. And he was probably going to play for Team Australia.
Well, I'm good with that.
No, I'm not saying, but I'm saying from a personal standpoint on his side, and they've obviously beat the NBA or USA before.
Yeah, I know.
So you would think that they would have a shot at meddling, and now he can't be a part of that.
Yeah, I mean that's tough for a player. I totally respect that, but I'm also going with my two guys not playing anymore. All-Star game, Olympics, ever, because we've had 2 straight years of our guys getting hurt at the All-Star game. And this year in a great concept, too. The concept was great at the end of the game, and he goes down hard, and we were on agree, disagree. We're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
That didn't look good. And obviously wasn't. And they tried to play him that night, and when he went to the locker room, they were like, well, he's just going to continue to go back there because they're going to treat it every time he comes off the court. So we're like, oh, okay. He's going to come back in.
He played well, too.
And they're like, he's going to come back in, right? They said that, and then all of a sudden it's like, he's not coming back in. And it's like, oh. Okay, so that wasn't even a treatment.
Right.
That was just straight back. So, fam, if you're just joining us on the second side of Facebook after Static Gate, which happens every time I'm in the studio doing anything, welcome back and continue to comment.
This guy.
Enjoy the show. Subscribe to A2D Live if you haven't to over on Facebook and A2D Radio and everywhere else. Obviously, you know where to find us. A2DRadio.com. We're everywhere in terms of live streaming. And when you talk about the podcast game, where aren't we? iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iTunes, and we're brought to you every Wednesday by our doc, Make 'Em Yours. That's Dr.
GOAT.
Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Tell them A2D sent you. And for your gutter needs, embark services, 10% off. You say A2D sent you. AMBUCK services.com. Tell Michael Ambrose A2D sent you 10% off. They do everything, not just gutters. Everything outside you could think of. All right? There isn't a thing they don't do. So you make sure you get your 10% off, baby. Let's talk about some 10-9-8 and continue our conversation in terms of this injury and what impact this has on this basketball team moving forward. I was it's an Eastern Conference Finals team. They're built for blah, 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 blah. Okay? Well, how's the chemistry work if a guy comes back with a week left? If Joe misses some significant time, how does the chemistry work? Can you turn it on? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Now my unknowns are so big. Like, I always have an unknown with it, but now it's like it's drastic.
The unknowns continue to grow because you have a coach continue to show that he can't build a rotation with this team. You would think with two vets that by this point of the year, regardless of injuries, that they've had enough time around between summer and the few games that they've had that they should gel, defy together, right? There shouldn't be this issue anymore, even though there has been some in-season injury concerns. And again, that all comes back to the coach and putting these guys in the correct position to best fit each other.
Yep.
So, yeah, it sucks that they're missing time. It sucks that they're missing time together at this point of the season. But I can't keep going back anymore to this team doesn't have time to gel. This team doesn't have time to gel. You're pros. You're the best players in the world being paid to play a game that's as simple as find an open spot and put the ball in the basket. Mm-hmm. That's as simple as this game is.
And
you have a coach – and absolutely.
Settles, Greg. He allows guys to settle.
He does. He has
right?
a coach. He can't put them in the spots.
He allows guys to settle too much. And again, we watch over the 7 games, even with guys in the lineup. The aggressiveness on the road disappears. It's a different team. I've never seen anything like it. Home and away splits from a basketball team, where a team is flat out will dominate you at home and look like they have no right being in the NBA.
And I'm glad they do because we'd be an 8 seed right now.
They should be a lottery team, right? Like we look like a lottery team on the road. That's what we are. We're a lottery team.
We lost to a lottery team. We lost to the number 1 pick.
I understand this. This is why I'm so frustrated. This is why I'm calling for a guy's head. This is why it's gotten to this point, which I can't believe it's gotten to. Because there's still $300 million of 2 guys on the court tonight that didn't show up, and then you add in Josh Richardson too. It's a disgrace, the performance from Tobias Harris and Al Horford tonight. Non-existent, milk carton talk, the whole 9. And guess what? I'm not going to stand for it anymore. I'm calling for guys' heads. I'll take whatever back. You give me a 5th-round pick. It's not even a thing.
Yep.
Give it to me. I'll take anything back. They get rid of it. They get rid of the money. And Spidey says, T-Wolves reject Butler at the buzzer. How sweet for them. Well, that sucks for us because we should have gained the game tonight, and we did not. So, Chrome, go Flyers. Absolutely. Flyers fan base, the diehards are weird, though. God forbid you start rooting for them.
Yeah.
Spidey, somebody's
bandwagon gate. Bandwagon gate.
I know, Spidey. These dropouts are killer on here. The static on Facebook. It's We don't know what the issue's been. We try changing it up. Some shows we'll get none. All of a sudden you'll get some. Always when I'm here.
Yep.
And we just rally through. I mean, we're rocking over 30+ views the whole time. It's sad to go down like that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to go out like that. But we're here. We're talking. Everybody else didn't get static. It doesn't work like that for some reason, which is great.
Yeah.
It's great. God forbid. You know, we only need 2. What are we talking about? What are we talking? Crickets.
Yeah, Ryan's like, what superstar head coach do you have in mind if for the Brinks that he doesn't like Patrick Ewing?
Well, he probably wants Jay Wright.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no question there, Rye. Like, Rye, I got to say, now I got to calm him down. If you had a choice between Jay Wright and Patrick Ewing, who are you bringing in?
Jay Wright.
Because a great talker and a great suit and a winner draws attention.
Killer had a hair, too.
Oh, Best had a hair. Guys rally around that.
Yeah.
Guys rally around that. Listen, Brett's starting to talk like Gabe. Like, it's weird, weird stuff. Like, I'm tired of you being nice. Like, yell about something. You know, come to the meeting, be like, I'm pissed off. I'm tired of this bleep and bleep. You know what I mean? Just get it out.
Yeah.
Get it out. Yeah, it makes no sense to lose to a lottery team like this on the road. Spidey, the number 1 pick, essentially. It's a terrible performance. It's nobody wants to step up. Nobody can hit a shot. 6'1" guards tonight. 6'2" and under guards, and you don't go to the basket all night? I'm going to the basket. And I'm 6'1". Maybe 6'2" on a good day.
But as you said earlier, we're watching this atrocious Grizzlies-Rocket game. The Grizzlies can get to the basket anytime you want. And they're atrocious.
Well, they have no center, so they have no big man on the court.
No, you're right. But everybody in the world can get to the basket except for the Sixers.
No, I get that. And you're one of your star, quote, players. Tobias Harris can't take anybody off the dribble.
Yeah.
I mean, really, can't take anybody in this league off the dribble. I've never seen anything like it. $180 million guy is a spot-up shooter and doesn't do that well. So, you know, I can hammer him
It's
all
unreal.
night. And then Horford's the big killer, too, because you're stuck with it for a while. So enjoy it. We got to enjoy it.
Bring back Hinkie.
Yeah, you shut up. You think somebody would step up tonight, you know?
You were hoping to. You were hoping.
It's not like you're playing the Lakers on the road.
Yep.
Like, then you're like, okay, you know, we shouldn't win this game.
It's sad that, you know, I'm probably not the only one that as soon as Joel went out, because it wasn't going good so far, I'm with you in agreements that we probably would have turned it around with Joe. But as soon as Joel went out for any amount of time, we're like, game's over. And you're playing the Cavs on the road.
Yep.
But you know that they're just so atrocious on the road, it doesn't matter who they're playing. If they're on the road, they're losing that game.
You're right.
We could have turned that game off at 7:41 in the first quarter when Joel went out or whatever time it was. Joel goes out, you could have turned it off because the end of the game was already there.
I can't get over how I watched 2 different teams. Home and away. They win this game tonight if they're home.
Oh, it's not even close.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
What was the line tonight?
7.5.
They blow them out. They win by 25.
Okay? And the fact that
Even without Joel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They win by double digits at least. And, you know, that's the point. They win by double digits tonight. They're at home. That's the difference. I've never seen a team just bring zero fight with them on the road. I mean, there's zero. Is anybody going to that locker room going to say, yo, we talked about it right when the show started. You have to be the aggressor on the road. Right, you got to get up in people. You have to get to the basket early and create contact and get guys in foul trouble. And then you take the aggressiveness away from them a little bit. Now you put them on their heels. That's how you start off basketball games on the damn road. And for the fact that this team, who outsizes them, stood around to shoot 37 threes, is a flat-out disgrace. And that's why that guy, again, should have to walk the hell home from Cleveland, Ohio tonight.
Actually,
and Allen can walk with him.
Leave him in Cleveland. There's nothing to do in Cleveland.
Well, he can walk home and get his stuff.
Leave him there.
Let him go come get his
stuff.
stuff.
No, leave him there. We'll
I'm
ship
not
it.
an animal.
We'll ship it to him.
I'm not an animal. We'll
ship it to him.
I don't got that. I'm not paying for it. So we'll stay there then.
We'll Uber it out. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I can wait for my Easy Pass to come in now. Hold on.
Yeah, Spidey says we're about to play both LA teams.
Yeah.
That should be fun.
That's cute. Thanks, Spidey.
If we're missing obviously Joe, because we're not getting Ben back by then. So, you know, if we're missing Joe, we gotta hope that this was just like a stinger and he don't play tomorrow night, but he's back for the West Coast trip.
Is it Lakers Clippers or Clippers Lakers? Clippers Lakers.
Clippers Lakers. Does it matter?
Got to travel. That big travel day in between.
Yeah. Tobias is missing threes. This whole roster just we jacking threes. I said disgusting 1,000 times. I haven't witnessed, in my opinion, such a big time loss like I've witnessed tonight. In the circumstances of it, who you're playing, and you got to show up.
Ryan, it's okay. Ryan, it's all right, buddy. Ryan Ferrer, I'm just so depressed. I locked myself in my house for the rest of the night in fear of what I might do with my car.
Oh, yeah. Don't drive.
Yeah, no, you're good, man. I mean, I'm with you. We're all depressed. That's why we're here. Get it out. Scream, yell, fight. Don't fight, but scream, yell, throw stuff. Yeah.
Tim Jenkins over on YouTube. What's up, boys? What's up, Tim?
What up, Timmy?
Listen, don't let this team do that to you. Don't let it do it to you. Because if the Tobias don't want to play and step up, and I don't want to play and step up, that's on them then. You know what I mean? That's what they want to be seen. I'm just a role guy and I'm not even good at that. Then go ahead. That's on them. That's on them two guys. All right, I already want both of them gone. I knew we had to bring Tobias back, but I was never the biggest Tobias guy anyway. And he's not a closer. He's not a guy to take over a game for you. He's just a third guy, a third fiddle, and he can be good at that. And that's about it. Right?
Agreed.
So, I mean, that's that. Yeah. Al Horford was a guy his whole career who was a leader, who got buckets, rebounded, blocked shots, played great defense. And you name me if you've seen any of them things this year. Because I've been missing all of it then. If you tell me you've seen it, and I got to watch Jason Tatum jack threes, okay? Then, you know what I mean? Now I got to watch Tatum jack threes. And bury them because we drafted Fultz. You know, and I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm back to that now too.
Thanks a lot, Colangelo. I'll never let that down.
I can't now. I used to just say stop talking about it. It doesn't matter. Now it matters.
Yeah.
Now it matters because the NBA did this to us. This team should be a dynasty team. This team should have Embiid, Simmons, Tatum, and saying who wants to play basketball? Who wants to be this? So if two guys are out, you still got a star playing.
Yep.
Or a star caliber player
That's
playing.
essentially when you get the number one pick twice, you're supposed to. Because you're right. You're supposed to not miss on them. Unless you're the Cavs.
Yep.
Unless you're the Sixers.
Exactly. You can't, and the NBA wanted us to miss on them. They didn't want this power team because they said, well, now everybody's going to do it. Mm-hmm. So they were against it. They didn't want it. And then this is the result of it that you got two stars, which we're all good with.
Yeah.
And now it's up to your GM to not trade Fultz away for nothing back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Got to get something back. I have no problem with trading them.
Sure.
Just got to get something back for a number one pick.
Yep.
You just don't let it give away for a guy who ain't even playing in the league.
You got to get something back for a first-round pick, let alone the number one overall pick.
So everything leads up. And then, Ben, I don't want to call Ben injury-prone at all.
No.
And Joe gets banged up. He throws his body around. That happens to big men. And I'm not overly worried about it because he'll come back. He'll be fine. I'm not worried about this is like, I want to go like he's injury-prone. We all know he gets banged up. So if you want to call it injury-prone, fine. I ain't call whatever you want to call it. But he's going to miss games every year.
I also look at it, too. It's.
I don't like it, but he's going to miss games every year.
They're not all related injuries, right? It's not like it's an ankle, then a knee, then a hamstring.
No,
then
it's
back
not like
to
it's
a knee.
ankle, where you're like, this is chronic.
Right.
This is chronic.
No,
it's a chronic injury.
You're right. He does always miss games. It is something to be concerned with. But the fact that they're, last year, what was it? The broken nose, the elbow. It's all sometimes random stuff, like shoulder tonight.
Random.
It's random. Yes, he's injured, but they're kind of random.
Well, we got to cry. I mean, Jason Gerhardt's in here. I'm sure he's going to talk a bunch of nonsense on Joe now since he's in the chat, which I'm just not doing tonight. I told you guys, I'm not doing it. I'll fight for Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons all damn day. I'm not going to sit here and defend them anymore. All right? Now you know why I defend them.
Yep.
Now you know why I defend the two. Because you can't win a game against Cleveland on the road. We need these two. We need these two. Stop running them out of town. This city's has been a disgrace to me. Sixers Nation has been a flat-out disgrace this year. A disgrace. They can't play together. It's one or the other. Who the hell are we to be running superstars out of this town? How many have we had superstar caliber talent that we can say, we get it all the time. We get it all the time in this city. No, we don't. So how about every time we get it, we don't try to run it out of town?
AI was our last one.
Because we're big, bad, and tough, right? You understand? Stop being big, bad, and tough. we will never win a championship, which is one of the two. If we were ever going to win one, it's because both of them.
Yep.
Stop running them out of town. Maybe start backing them a little bit at times. I understand people be mad at Joe. He got hurt tonight. Oh, my God. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. How about we start backing our stars here? All of them. Carson. Can we start rallying behind guys like we do third stringers, essentially? Right? That's what we do in every sport. Like the backups and the backups we love, and we'll freaking go to war for them guys. But our superstars, we try to run out of town.
Yep.
Who the hell are we? I'm sick of it, Greg.
No, it's been that way forever.
Let's get the coach out of town. Start there. And if things don't change to your liking, air quotes, then we'll move on.
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out from there.
And that's the logical next step. It obviously has to work with Brett, so he's the one to go. And then you assess with the guy that, again, we shouldn't miss on again.
Yeah.
Right? You can't afford to miss again. And we'll see where we're at from there.
Stinks. Wells. He said Tobias definitely not a max player.
No.
Stinks. Stinks, and it's all caps. If I could write it, it's all caps and 500 exclamation points.
Yeah.
Because that's how bad he is.
What was it, 36 and 32,000 per point?
And I don't want to say, listen, I don't want to say, like, he's terrible. But he's terrible when he has to be the guy or has to be the number 2 guy. Make sense?
Yeah.
If he has to be the 1 or 2, he stinks. And that shows me true colors. True colors come out then.
Well, who else is that?
True colors shining through. I can't sing, but you know.
That screams some guy we ran out of town before, Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, what screams pink sweater? V-neck sweater. Not V-neck. Turtleneck sweater. Remember the pink turtleneck Tobias wore? You were in pink.
Yeah.
Listen, you were in pink turtlenecks, babe. Then I'm questioning if you can play. I'm questioning a lot of things. But I'm going to start with, can he play now? I don't think this guy's got any toughness. I mean, literally, all season, you don't work on taking somebody off the dribble at all? You don't work on lateral quickness? Mm-hmm. You put on weight, you got slower. $180 million can't take me or you off the dribble. $100-something million Al Horford, I literally could probably box him out at this point in his career. Might not get the rebound because you get over the top.
I was going to say because he's 7 foot.
But I'll definitely get the box out on. So, like, you know, what am I left with? What I'm left with is I got to rally around my stars now. Do you see it, people? We lost to the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers tonight. Did you all see that? Okay? I don't care who's on the court or who's out. You can't lose tonight. And then you guys all want to run your stars out of town? You want to run Joe out, run Ben out, love one, hate the other, vice versa. You all need to grow the hell up. You're all the crumbs. You all started this shit. I put all this on you guys. You think life's better without? This is what I want. Do you think your life's better without them? Is that what you think? You think it's better without them? Sorry.
No, I'm just waiting for the replay to happen on YouTube here.
I mean, is that what people think? Sorry, guy. Go ahead.
No.
Get everything out.
Get it out. You know, but you look back at the game tonight, and when Shake Milton is your leading scorer,
it's for Zeke. Yeah.
Oh, do it again.
You didn't see the video I did too. Like I did a video. Like, do you have answers? Like I asked people if they had the answers. I asked people. I love the good stand-up every once in a while. Sometimes it's needed. Tonight, it's just a night where it's fully needed. And this is, people say, like, Tom, you know, what's it like? You know, kids ask me, high school guys ask me, what's it like doing a show? I said, you know what it is? You know, and you know why I do more videos than anybody in the country? Because I clear my chest. Like, I feel better.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight because I hammered you. I want guys fired. I want guys bought out. Like, that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, don't let me I'll start buying asses out. The only 2 guys I need on this roster moving forward is Embiid and Simmons to be healthy. I don't need the rest of this slop anymore. Maybe Shake can play a little bit. I don't know. I don't think he can play either. Like,
well, no, but that's pathetic.
He's only a second-year kid, so I'll give it time.
But that's the pathetic thing about this game tonight is Shake Milton was your leading scorer. Not the $300 million guys that we need to be the leading scorer.
Yeah.
It was Shake and Bake freaking Milton.
And Furk.
And Furky, who was 4 for 12.
When I did the video, he had 12 points or something. And I'm like, wait. He's our leading scorer tonight? He has more points than Tobias Harris.
Bryce,
Like,
it was classic Bryce, wasn't it? He's just crying emoji, Tom.
The stand-up. Yes, Wilson, I mushed him. I said I'm done with it. What do you want me to say anymore, dude? All right, you're always right. You're never wrong. Zeke says, it's one loss. What's all the panic about? Told you. He's such a crumb.
He is a crumb.
He loves it. I didn't get Joe hurt, Wilson. Stop it, dude. Stop. How did I get Joe hurt? Because I said people are guaranteeing a win tonight? People all over Facebook were like, easy one. And I was like, I was sort of taking a shot at them. Like, we better win tonight.
Yeah.
I wasn't guaranteeing you. I was saying we better, Bri. Because now, what am I doing? I want Brett going now. I want Tobias bought the fuck out. I want Orford thrown off the fucking plane. Okay? What else do I got? What else do I got to say to you? What else? You're lucky you're not right here. I'll verbally abuse you right there. It would have been verbal, saliva. Things would have happened. Greg probably got a half a drink more of Mellow from the saliva. Toss around. Brinkman, hold my beer. We got to take a break here, but we started a show off tonight, like driving home. I'm like, there, it's gonna be good. We're gonna get a road win. Like before I turned the radio on and heard the score, like walking out, like it's gonna be a good show. You know, we're gonna be up 10 when I get in the car. Yep. It's going to be a good road win. We're going to feel a little bit better about ourselves. There's going to be the crumbs out there and say, whoa, so you only beat Cleveland.
Yeah.
You only beat Cleveland. This is what I tell people all the time when they do that to me. Well, when you lose to them, this is what you get. This is what you get when you lose to them. I can't anymore. I can't with the people out there. Oh, you know, the other, it's only the Hawks. When we lose to them, we smoke them.
Yep.
We smoke them worse than the team that beat them. Right? You can't do that in this league. Tonight's inexcusable. It's not on a back-to-back. There's zero excuse for this. They look slower. They look uninterested. And they're not at focus. When you shoot 37 threes and you shoot what? What do they shoot? 28%? Something like that? I don't even know what they shot.
You got it right.
Okay? Whatever it is, that's focus too.
Yep.
That comes with focus. So how focused you are into that game.
Cavs shot from the field 52%.
Yeah, too good. That's the
to the Sixers 40%.
Yeah, 40%.
The threes for the Cavs were 45% to the Sixers 34%.
Yeah, 34% is horrendous. I don't care what anybody says. You let the Cleveland Cavaliers shoot 44% from three tonight. You just let that sink in on your way.
52 overall.
52 overall.
Yeah.
52 overall. Looking like the freaking Warriors. Yeah, I'm looking like the Warriors. What's it, Darius Garland? Yeah, Darius Garland looked like a ball player. Would you grow up?
I think Colin Sexton at the end of the game pulled like a professor from the X1 mixtape thing, like sliding down, spinning on his knee, and then got up and made a layup because obviously there was no one around him after that.
And it also hurts that Shake Milton had your team high at 20 points for the night.
Yeah.
That
It's
was
not
your
good
team
enough. I said it on the show. You're not winning games that Shake Milton and Furkan are your leading scorers.
No.
Without these guys. So let's take a break. On the other side, we'll talk a little bit about the West Coast trip coming up and give our predictions and our thoughts if we even have Joel Embiid for this trip. That's going to be the big conversation on the second half.
Definitely.
We're going to segue into Joel's injury and how long are we without him, and then we're going to finish off the show with Philly spring training. Listen, it's the only thing that's making it feel a little bid better because I think this team can win this division. And I'm going to tell you why on the other side. This is AM and the PM. Tom Renone, Greg Wagovic, Ralphie D on the ones and twos. I'd like to thank our doc for the first half of this show. Make him yours.
The GOAT.
The big-time GOAT. The best in the business. Dr. Paul Vidal. That's Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com is where you can find them. Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Go in. Accepts most major insurances.
Yeah.
So how about that?
No prereq needed. Just walk on in.
Just walk on in. All right, and we'll give you the other side. We'll tell you about some more big things that we got going on over here at A2D Radio. So for the first half and all the family, everybody on Twitter and Instagram, we're going to restart it, baby. So we're going to come with the second half.
We're coming back.
Facebook and YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a few.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Life. Crackheads from all walks of life. That's what we have. That's what we got here. You want to know what we have over here? Not us.
Failure to communicate. Oh, wrong song.
No, I love it. I love it. That's what we have over here. And some crackhead grandpa that wants to troll. Call me a hack. I love it. You know, from all walks of life. Crackhead
But
away.
we appreciate the comment. Thanks for the engagement.
Yeah, engagement's
Boost those
fun.
numbers. We love it.
Will says, was that 3 heaters at the half? I think he might be right on that number.
I think it was about right. Well, we had more halftime adjustments during the
Brett
break
did.
than Brett and the Sixers did.
So what we like to do now for second half of shows, we like to bring you a second poll question. And it's going to be Sixers related again. And this one, I'm curious to see the responses. I truly am. And listen, every Wednesday, you already know this, we're brought to you by two of the best in the businesses. And Embark Services is one of them. That's AMBUCK services.com. Tell them A2D saying it. That's Michael Ambrose. 10% off. Gutters, gutter guards. It's pouring outside right now. You know, make sure they're right. Get them over there.
Get your gutters fixed.
Right? And he does everything else outside of your house. And that's the big thing. So you're talking 10% off, maybe some major jobs, maybe some cheaper jobs, whatever it is. That's big. So ambuckservices.com. Go to them. Give them a call.
You get Big Tom to give him a call.
Yeah, Big Time doesn't use outside help.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
Even though it's family
He's
like
gonna
that,
have to.
he don't use it.
We'll talk to him.
We'll talk to him.
We'll talk to him.
We'll
Because
talk
we got the GOAT in Ambach.
Oh, yeah.
Michael
You
Ambrose, got the goat.
Well, yeah, you always dock goat. So,
Yeah.
you don't want to double.
Well,
you don't want to go too goatish.
Eh.
Yeah, you don't get too goatish. So, the Sixers will go 0-4 on this upcoming road trip. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? And I don't think, we haven't been on the road. I don't think anybody was going there a week ago. So now we're here, and let's talk about it. Comment in, like, subscribe, follow, because we got shows every day here. All right, we got videos rocking every day. You'll get Crumb of the Days. You'll get Willie Vegas, who's sometimes hot, sometimes cold. Was hot last night.
Hey,
so
had a good night last
It's a big
night.
night for him, so follow along, fam. And you got videos from other guys besides just me. So, and then you got great content. So follow along, subscribe, like. And on the podcast side, we're everywhere too. iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Speaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iTunes. So everywhere. Enjoy. Let's talk about it. Greg, did they go 0-4 on this road trip? So the question really isn't that. I just had to question you. But the Sixers will go 0-4 on this road trip. Do you agree or disagree with that? Family?
Hashtag agree. The only game I'm gonna give them is the Warriors
Well,
right
you're
now.
agreeing. So you're agreeing to go 0-4.
They go 0-4.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the only game to me, right with this team right now,
Okay.
the only team that they should be able to beat would be Golden State. And if you can't beat the Cavs
Well,
on the road without Embiid,
now you're playing Steph.
and now Steph more than likely going to be back,
Yep.
they're not winning that game. They're going 0-4.
0-4. Wow. Family out there, do you agree with Greg? Sixers are going 0-4 on this upcoming road trip.
I mean, you got the two juggernauts at the top, right? You got the two juggernauts to start the trip. Lakers, Clippers, or Clippers, Lakers, whatever.
Yeah.
2 losses, it's all I care about. Especially without Joel, as more than likely. And where we don't know, but when has Joel ever just missed a portion of a game? And then Kings always play us tough wherever we play them, especially at home. They always play us tough. They're good. They're a decent young team out there in the loaded West. And then, like you said, then you come up to the Warriors. And if Steph's back and we don't have Joel and Ben.
So you're assuming Joel will not play.
I'm basing this off of Joel being out for at least a week.
You think he's out for a week?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I disagree with that completely. I don't think there's any chance in hell he's not playing in the games in L.A. I just don't buy it. I'm not buying that right now at all because I know how he operates with that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to buy that, So I'm not going to buy into them being 0-4 on this trip as bad as they played.
Jason Tatum hit it today.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Stupid shot.
He's pretty good. Every time I see him, I get disgusted. Maybe more disgusted because I took Utah, and this is a disgrace. Good look. Great look. Jaylen Brown, that's my guy, man. I love Jaylen Brown. Wow. He's so silky smooth, Jaylen Brown. Gets no credit.
Donovan Mitchell, what a one-hit wonder.
Yep. Stinks.
Terrible.
Stinks. So, I disagree with the poll. I don't think they go 0-4 on this road trip. I think Joel misses tomorrow night. I don't think there's really any chance in hell he plays tomorrow night, and they get him ready to go for this road trip. So, how many games do they win? They can win 2. They go 2-2 on it. Maybe beat one of the better teams, maybe lose and then beat one of the 2 other squads, maybe something like that. They could go 2-2. I'm not confident in that. I could smell a 1-3er, but I don't think they're going 0-4. And a 1-3er is not a good look either.
No, anything other than a winning road trip is not a good look, and the only way to win a road trip is go 3-1.
I just don't know how this team, from what I watched tonight, on the road again, right? So, you talk about trends and stuff. We always do it. We always talk about it. A trend is you consistently have the same issues doing the same thing, right? And when you're talking about being on the road, you have the same issues, okay, and the same results. Mm-hmm. So now that becomes a trend.
Yep.
Not only 7 straight losses outside of the Wells Fargo, but 9-23 on the road. That's a trend. Now, there's no excuse that it's early on the road. There's none of that. That's horrendous basketball played outside the Wells Fargo Center. So that becomes a trend, right? And you talk about energy. Josh Richardson walking off camera tonight and saying some guys got to play with heart. All that kind of stuff, right? So now you look at that and you're like, man, guys are not happy with other guys, right?
Yeah.
That's what you see from that. And I don't know how that turns out, locker room wise, and do guys step up? Do guys respond to Josh Richardson making comments? Because somebody has to, and I actually love his comments because he didn't get it done offensively, but he's not truly known as a big time scorer.
Right.
But he always fights defensively, so I always see he brings effort there at least. You know what I mean? So I don't crush them. The other 2 guys I hammer because they don't bring it either way.
But you look back at this game and you're absolutely right. Who steps up? Well, you would think your guy's making $300 million and they couldn't do it against the worst team in basketball.
Yep.
So can you sit there? And I'm not saying it's you, but how can we sit there and expect them to do it against the Clippers or the Lakers?
Well, I'm not saying they're gonna either beat any one of them teams. I just think that they're not gonna go 0-4. And I think if Joel's playing and he's good, right, then I think they can go 2-2. And that's a feel good story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 2-2. Even 2-2, you're feeling like you're walking down Broad.
Even with Joe, I can't buy into this team on the road. If Joe is playing, if you're telling me right now with this poll question Joe is playing, I will disagree, but I'm only giving him 1 game.
Okay. See, I'll give him 2.
I can't on the road. I can't.
No, I know
I can't buy into that on the road.
You know what?
Because you're absolutely right. What you just said, they're a trend. What the Brett Brown haters up until now kept preaching and preaching and preaching all throughout the bad teams, right? All throughout the bad teams, and when we weren't really giving Brett a true grade, continue to show up now. And you can't not say they're not there.
No, you're right.
So again, you go talk about trends, and the trend is Brett just can't get it done. And now Brett finally has at least a starting 5 with talent that everybody in this area thought was the best starting 5 in basketball.
Yeah, you go back to last year, I thought it was.
You know what I mean? Everyone in the area, whether they agreed or not, they at least would listen to the conversation of, hey, this is the best starting 5 in basketball.
Yep, it was built like that.
You're still having the same issues centered around your coach that you had when this team was the worst team in basketball. So, again, going back to trends, where's the change coming from? And I can't buy into this team on the road because I can't buy into the coach anymore.
Fair. fair. I mean, I can't, it's hard for me to say they're going to win 2.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm really more settled with 1 in a way. You know, I think we'll win 1. I can't buy into this team on the road because of everything you talked about, everything we spoke about before that about, trends and this and that and the results of always being the same and the ability to not be able to hit shots on the road, not to be able to – I mean, how many layups missed tonight, Ralphie, when we were watching? I mean, a ton. There might have been 10 missed layups when we were watching. I mean, almost bunnies for guys. It's like, wow, are we just – do our balls just shrink on the road? Like we talk about skirt talk early on. I mean, there's women's teams that will bring better effort on the road.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is a disgrace.
It's like, does Brett have to go all Gene Hackman and Hoosiers? Like, bring out a tape measure. Joel, reach up there. Like, when they go to the state finals in Hoosiers. Yep, the net's still 10 feet off the ground. The free throw line is still, like, do you have to go through that to let these guys know that, hey, this is the same. We're just in a different city.
Yeah, and we're allowed to go to the basket and actually finish.
And you're allowed to dominate on the road. There's nothing that says you can't dominate on the road.
No, listen, I'm tired of the act. I'm tired of the act on the road. Now, do I think if Joel plays, they win? Yes, tonight. I do.
I agree with that.
Even though they were down early, I think they would have got it together because they made that run, and that run with Joe would have been a big-time different run.
But I also don't think they get down by 17 without Joe or with Joe. They're never
maybe 10, maybe 10.
They're never out of striking distance.
Yeah, maybe 10 at worst, at double digits.
Because when you're without your 2 best players, and especially one goes out today, like in game, right? When you're down 17, 20 points, to even get back to 5 takes so much from those guys that even if they would have gotten it back to level, we probably weren't winning that game because they would have blew their load getting it back to tie.
The ebb and flow of it.
Yep.
The ebb and flow of the game. And you can't. That's why you can't get down like that, and especially against a team like this on the road. It's just amazing. It's just amazing the different basketball team we witness from home and away, and it all starts with energy, right? And that is one on players, but one on the coach as well. And then the second thing is being aggressive, and you don't see that. And then you talk about the same play calls, nothing changes, right? A bunch of guys standing around, and Tom McGinnis was yelling about it earlier on when I was driving home. Like everybody just standing around.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. So it's that's a trend. And then the other trend is they don't make shots on the road. Mm-hmm. Tonight you shot 37 threes against 6'2" and under guards, and they don't get to the rim enough because Joe will get to the rim a bunch on the road. So it will look like they did, but they really don't as a collective unit. Like Tobias never goes to the line. I feel like.
Yeah.
Horford, I don't even care about, what he does. So you think about it. You know what I mean? Like, who goes to the line? Ben does now. More, when he was playing, he was going to the line more often because he was aggressive going to the basket again. But outside of Joe and Ben, like, they're your line guys. They're guys who go to the line a bunch. Tobias should be a guy who could go to the line a bunch.
Should be.
But you know what I mean? So now you lose all that. So now you lose the ability on the road to be able to get to the line, slow the game down because you don't want to be aggressive. And this is what I've witnessed on the road. So – I could sit here and make excuses tonight. No Joel Embiid. I could play that game with you. No Ben Simmons. I don't give a rat's ass who played tonight. Your roster and your coaching staff should be better than a team that their coach got fired and you got an interim cat in.
Yeah.
You should be better than that team. The second you all walk in the gym, it's over. That's how it should be tonight. Family, that's how it should have went tonight. So tonight's performance is one of the worst losses that I've witnessed watching the Philadelphia 76ers. What expectations are and what I witnessed tonight is a disgrace, and guys' heads should roll. And I would be, if I'm Elton Brand, I'm holding a team meeting at this point, right? Because this is on me now. So I'm team meeting in this, and I'm figuring out what's going on here. How much you making, Tobias? Al, you good?
Do I get any money back when you suck?
Yeah, like, Al, are you okay?
Is there a refund to this?
Yeah. Did you put a coupon code in for tonight? Like, I don't have to pay full price for you tonight?
So I have this thing real quick. The Knicks and Sixers had the same amount of road wins this season.
Oh, my God.
The Knicks are 17-40.
Yeah, and they'll probably come in and beat us tomorrow night because it's just that way the league works. It's amazing. Listen, I'm telling you, That's the thing, Ralphie. That's what everybody's like, Tom, how do you still have them in Eastern Conference Finals like a couple of days ago? Before the Ben injury and the Joe injury, like I was like, this team can still go to Eastern Conference Finals. Like, Tom, how do you have them there? And I said, because I watched this team at home, right? And they're the best team in basketball at home. They're the best team in basketball. It's not even up for debate. It's not even up for debate because the record states it. So and over this sample size, that's not even a debate, right? And then people are like, well, what about on the road? And I say, well, I just want to hold on to what I watch at home. You know what I mean? Like, I'm holding on to what I was watching at home.
If they bring it one way, why can't you bring it the other side?
And I kept holding on to that they'll get there. They'll figure it out. They'll bring the energy on the road. Guys will start hitting shots. And then against the Cleveland Cavaliers, you shoot 37 threes. You shoot 34% right out disgrace. Okay, why are you shooting that many threes? You don't get to the bucket enough, and when you do, you don't finish. Like, the list goes on. The list goes on. A pathetic performance tonight from $300 million worth of guys. That I cannot express my frustration anymore watching this basketball team.
And I don't know if we said it earlier in the show or if we were just talking off camera, but when you talk about the spacing issue and the issues with the construction of this team because of what Joe and Ben supposedly can't play together. Well, that wasn't – for 3/4 of tonight, that wasn't there.
Yeah.
And yet we still looked like a dysfunctional offensive team with your supposed issues on offense not playing.
Al, you don't post up?
Al, you can't be on the paint?
Yeah, Brett, you don't post Al up? What's going on there?
Or if Al's out, Toby, you can't be down low. You put on all this extra weight. And you were so happy that Al was back to playing the 5 or on the bench because now you can get back to your playing power forward.
Yep.
Well, get your ass down the block then.
And the only reason you play better power forward is because you can take more fours off the dribble.
Right.
And you can't even do that well. So, it's a laundry list of issues. And we talked about it, like Shake Milton, Furkan, they can't be your leading scorers.
Nope.
Like Alec Burks leads you in scoring. Okay, maybe you can get away that night. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, because you could expect maybe a guy drops 25,
right,
has a big night, but it's not. It's not going to be an every timer. But that's the only way you'd be like, oh, okay, I could settle for that. But nobody else outside of like tonight, outside of Tobias, Al, and Jay Rich, like they can't combine for 30 points.
No.
Not
with their pedigree.
No,
not with their veteranship, not with their contracts.
Greg, they all score 15 at the ball game, or a win.
Yeah.
What did we lose by? 12.
Yeah, I mean I would. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You just bring like 15 for us tonight apiece on the road. I don't think that's too hard from you guys.
Which you would think those 3 guys could walk into that every night.
Yeah, I don't think that's too hard. We're not asking too much, are we? And then you bring 10 apiece on the road tonight when you lose your star player. Another star player. So, like, that's like check my sack talk time. Like, okay, hey, get in this huddle right now.
I lost Joe. One of us has got to step up.
Get in the huddle right now. Listen. Let's go to work here.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to work. Let's be dominant. Let's be aggressive. Let's finish. All right, let's palmy. Let's get up in guys. Let's make it hard on everybody. And guess what? The talent isn't good enough, and that's what we're witnessing tonight. That's the detriment of this basketball team. If you want to look at the main issue at times, it's the rest of these guys. It's the guys.
Overall talent level.
Yeah, because I can't – it's not on Joe and Ben anymore because they are what they are. They're great players. Great in terms of like Sixers players. You know what I mean?
Great in general.
Yeah, I mean they're all-stars. Yeah. Are they officially great like MJ great? No. But they're generational talents, right? So now you just look at it like, wow. What happens if we talked about it before, what happens if we didn't have these guys? What happens if everybody wants to run them out of town? Well, this is what you get. Stop. Let's stop with that, and let's focus on how can we make, obviously I think Matisse will be able to get better down the road, and I mean down the road by like, another year under his belt, know what it takes for an NBA season. I think he can be a good asset because I like him. He's a good defender.
He's just one-dimensional right now.
Yeah, and that can grow.
And it's the one dimension that, while we love it and while we needed it right now with where our team is, it's the one dimension we kind of don't want.
No, because there's
so many other missing scoring dimensions that we could use.
And you know what the problem is? Kyle O'Quinn got minutes at times over Al Horford, like significant playing time over Al Horford, and brought more. Kyle O'Quinn brought more of an effort and played a better game than Al Horford tonight. That's your problem, too. Yeah. Right? So Shake Milton outplays Tobias, and Kyle O'Quinn outplays Al Horford. So you want to know why you lose games like this? That's why. And that's not a shot at them two guys. Because I think Shea will be able to play. Could be a good player in this league.
He'd be a rotational guy.
Because he's only in his second year. He's still a young guy. I've always liked Shake. I even liked him at SMU. So I think I like Shake. I think he can play a little bit. But he still got to develop. You know what I mean? Still got to develop. So there is some younger pieces that you say, okay, we got some younger pieces here. Not great players, obviously. Just like, hey, role players that can get buckets. But without your two stars, this team's a first-round exit. All right? If both of them are missing, God forbid, in the first round, it's an exit.
Oh, yeah.
My Eastern Conference Finals prediction goes out the window now because I don't know enough about Ben Simmons' injury. So no shot. Even if he comes back and plays. I don't have him going to Eastern Conference Finals anymore. Even, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't expect the Ben I saw right before he got injured, who started being aggressive,
right.
Got to the rack, and you're like, hey, you don't even need a jumper, brother. And I mean, you're just getting in the rack whenever you want to. You know what I mean? So is that going to be the same guy? So I got to see that before I can make that judgment.
Yeah.
So to me right now, with Joel, they are second round exit again because I think they can win. I think they can win around. I think they can win. I think they can. Just let me have this because it's not a lot. I'm not going further. I'm not crowning.
I'm with you.
I think they can win a playoff series. That's it. They're not winning the second round. Just with one of them.
My only question is, are we even good enough to get home court advantage to where we can win a series?
No, we just have to win one game on the road, which sounds easier said than done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just got to win one game on the road. That's all.
And if it continues to trend where we're at and Joe misses any amount of time, you almost have to think, yeah, you go 1-3, 0-4 on the road trip. We're at best a 6 seed, which means we're facing either Boston or Miami in round one.
And you could be knocked out. You could win a series. Who knows?
Sure.
I'm not even there yet. I got to see significance of Joe's injury. How bad's that? Hopefully just, like I said, hopefully it's just a stinger or a little sprain, and that's all. And you're back for the West Coast trip because you ain't winning, I mean, without him,
Hopefully it's not Jordan Howard's stinger.
Listen, brother, without him, they might go 0-4 in this trip. I agree with the poll. Like, I'm expecting them to play. That's why I don't have them going 0-4.
Yeah.
The way what I witnessed tonight on the road, I don't got confidence of that group winning on the road, period. And if somebody does, please tell me how. Please tell me how. Tobias going off for 35? You know what I mean? Like, tell me how, babe, that this team can win on the road without Joel Embiid. So, one, all it keeps telling us is that we need our two stars. So stop talking shit on either one of them. Just enjoy them, watch them grow, because if we don't, this is what we get.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about that.
And this isn't fun tonight. This isn't a good time. And watching Jason Tatum just all over the court. And another guy all over the court, Jaylen Brown. But I think Jaylen was in what draft was Jaylen in?
I think it might have been the Embiid draft.
Yeah, so that cancels out. But I do love Jaylen. I don't love Jason Tatum because I can't. You know what I mean? Because of what happened, I can't.
Because he got bamboozled.
Yeah, I can't. I can't like him.
He was in the 2016 draft. So that would be the. Let me see. He was the third pick in that draft.
Who? Jaylen Brown?
Yes.
So that was the Ben Simmons draft?
I think so. Give me a second.
Tatum dropped 35 last night too in Portland. Not that they play any defense, but he still got dropped 35.
Yeah, that was the Ben. It was the Ben Simmons went 1, Brandon Ingram 2, Jaylen Brown 3.
Yeah, they all three hit.
Yeah, and listen, if you would have told me, and Joe's my guy, but my second guy in the league, like Greg knows, Ralph, you know, because we talked about it. My second guy in the league is Jaylen Brown. Like, I think Jaylen Brown's a baller. Like, I've yelled at Bill Middlebrook and said, I like Jaylen over Tatum. One, because I have to.
Right.
But two, I like his smoothness, man. The kid's smooth. Like, that's the only guy, like, you can maybe say, like, well, you had Brown over Embiid. No, it doesn't make us better. But I like him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Joe's the guy. So that's a no-brainer, and Ben's the guy in them situations. No-brainer. You have to take them two guys.
Right.
If they're all in the same draft, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you had a chance to take Brown in 2 drafts, hypothetically, you're taking Embiid and you're taking Simmons, even though Jaylen Brown's my next pick. He's my third. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I take him over Tatum because I despise Jason Tatum. I hate him. He can't be good like this. It hurts me.
That was also, you guys also took TLC with that in that draft as well.
Thanks for reminding me.
Great pick, Ralphie.
Thanks.
Is he hitting threes again? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. We're talking shit on him. And he's like, hey, Tom, hold my beer, babe. You're saying who's better than me? You're saying Jaylen Brown's better than me? Grow up, Tom. Now you're talking with your heart and not your head. Which happens. And I can't believe I did another Sixers video tonight and this happened, which is going to crumb me tomorrow. I might even do it tonight. Right after the show. I am officially the crumb of the day. I didn't do a crumb of the day. I am officially the crumb of the day.
You do it right now on live on.
Oh, Ryan's trying to take shots. Saying I invented DeMarco Murray.
Oh. Shotgate.
Hold on.
Shotgate. So I was just.
Hold on, right? We're live and we're doing this. Early on in the year, and everybody here that's sitting here vouched for it already. I did a video calling him DeMarco Murray 2.0. I specifically did a video, and you tried pulling it out on air the last time you were on, right? Right? And I was like, I let you have it. All right? But don't you do this live on air. So,
I'm going back to the Joel draft. Just throwing. If they redraft it, obviously Joel goes 1, right? You know what I mean? Like you redraft, Cleveland doesn't screw up and not take Joel if all things considered.
Well, they're idiots. So
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this actually this might have been the draft that LeBron came back and then we drafted Wiggins because didn't they trade Wiggins right away?
Yeah,
to Minnesota
for Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Kevin Love, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if they drafted Joel to team with LeBron
Yeah.
in Cleveland.
That would have been fun for
It would
him.
have been fun, right? It would have been fun for everybody. And then, so Wiggins or Parker goes 2. Do the Sixers take the left, whoever's left? Because everybody after that wasn't really great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody after that, there was no superstar out of there. You're looking at Aaron Gordon, Julius Randle,
Yeah.
Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Randle can play,
Jokic.
but he's not a star.
You might have, you could talk me into Jokic. 4 was Gordon, 5 was Exum, Smart was 6, Randle, Sauce Castillo went 8. Jesus Christmas. The Kings should be fired for that. The only one you could really talk me into would have been either Nurkic or Jokic. But I don't think Jokic went in the second round. So everybody passed on him at one point. So yeah. It would be interesting to see if they redrafted and you're sitting there at 3 again. And then
Who
you
you
come up
taking?
with who you taking. Like
Yeah.
Wiggins, Nurkic, Jokic, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
who you going with? Just
Yeah, I
popped
mean,
in my
it's
mind.
not it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. If you look at it like that, you know what I mean?
Ralphie's boy Adrian Payne went 15.
Oh my
He
God.
did well.
That's your guy, Ralph.
The clipboard holder.
Yeah, the clipboard holder. All right, so you want to segue to a little Phil's talk?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we definitely segue to Phil's. Good to have him back.
Yeah, how was it down there? I know you went to a game.
Yeah, I actually went to the first one, the one in Detroit. Ralphie was crying because it wasn't on TV, like a typical millennial. I want something, I can't have it. I'm gonna cry. But no, it was fun. That park, the Tiger Stadium there in Lakeland. I think it's called Joker Merchant Stadium. Is a real nice stadium to watch a game at. It. No bad seat in the house. They're 200 level of a minor league stadium is still right basically on the field. So
everything's on the field.
It was cool. You got to see Baum up close.
That's cool.
Baum's a big kid.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Big kid.
Might struggle at third because how tall he is.
Yeah, but watching him, his footwork is still there. So as long as he keep his butt down through the baseball, which obviously we know, is how you feel to ground ball, he can stay. But you're right, he's a tall kid. I think he hit a couple balls hard. Late in the game.
Yeah.
Moniak, I saw Moniak up close. Moniak looked like a thick kid. Put on some weight. Put on some good weight because obviously he stayed in center field. So he obviously can still move. But no, it was a fun time. Perfect weather. Was killing the Floridians for all their long sleeves and pants because they think it's cold down there. But it was cool to have baseball back finally. Here to pop in a mitt, see some actual game action.
Do you think Mickey starts? I guess they're going to put him in start him in Double-A this year so far.
I would
start
assume
him in
that.
Double-A?
Yeah, I would assume that most of your guys probably are going to be in Double-A. With Moniak, Randolph,
Yeah.
Baum.
You think Baum's even going to Double-A?
Yeah. I mean, he might go to Triple. I mean, he might be your one guy go to Triple-A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I think Bond goes to AAA.
But generally speaking, your best guys are at Double-A. From a farm system standpoint, most of your guys are at Double-A. Your guys at Triple-A are you're going to be your fringe major leaguers who don't make the team but want to stick around at least for the first portion to see if an injury happens. So those guys will be at Triple-A. Bob could be there. I'm not saying he won't.
What, at the Big League Club?
No, Triple-A.
No, Bond won't be in AAA.
Yeah.
Because he's close to coming. He's close to being.
Yeah,
up.
but I'm not even considering that Double-A being even far away. Bob's still the next guy up, even if he goes to Double-A. You know what I mean? I was just thinking of keeping all the kids together.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, no. We saw the Tigers Phillies. It was a nice stadium. J.D. Hammer was in the bullpen as we were walking around. J.D. Hammer was still hanging around with the team. No, it was good spot. Perfect day. Baum hit a ball hard off the pitcher late in that game. Smoked the pitcher with a line drive.
Sucks because I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
Wasn't on TV.
I was going to stream it for you, but then when you asked for it, I said, nah, I'm not going to give Ralphie what he wants. I thought Pivetta looked good from a physical standpoint. I thought he looked like a little thinned out, but I thought he looked strong.
Yeah.
With all that time out in L.A. working out with, Giolito and all those guys out in L.A. working, ironically, at the Mamba Academy.
Yeah.
When they were doing their strength and conditioning and stuff like that. And I liked his use of the changeup. I'm not going to really sit here and dissect, game one results. But I thought he used his changeup well. Where he got into trouble, obviously, spring training, you got a couple bleeders that let through, and then obviously that builds. But, again, game one for 30 pitches, I thought he looked well, and he looked strong from a physical standpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it looks like too. So
yeah,
it's going to be a good year. I'm feeling it. I feel like this team can win a division. So can the other three teams. So, we'll see how that plays out. But we're gonna have a lot of conversations throughout this month, obviously, on how this roster is going to shape out moving forward, and different things like that. I don't think it's known right now. We have to give it a little time. I think you'll see in the next couple weeks things start to shape out a little bit more, and we'll have more conversations about it. But yeah, Facebook interrupted, so we're just going to sign the hell off.
Yeah, good.
It's good. AM and the PM, Tom Renone, Greg Wagovic, Ralphie D, Ryan Brodo not with us tonight. We love you, fam. Stay tuned. Shows all the time here, every day. You know how we roll. Thanks to our sponsors, the Doc, Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. We out.